going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome back to another episode of Epic the Musical. The fit check this time around is looking a little bit weak. Or so you might think if you were a bozo. Here's the issue with doing themed fit checks for a reaction series. I don't know what I'm about to watch, so it's kinda hard to tailor my outfit to it. Sometimes I get lucky. I got crazy lucky during the Cyclops saga, but most of the time, it's just random. So, the strategy I've come up with is instead of matching my outfit to what I'm reacting to currently, I'm just gonna do it retroactively. This gizmo bot kind of reminds me of the goddess of clouds, and this shirt kind of looks like a cloud. So who's the lazy one now? I think that's the strategy from here on out, is to match my clothes to whatever I watched previously. It kind of doesn't work, and it really doesn't make any sense. I'm looking at a gizmo bot right now that kind of looks like Athena, and I'm wondering if I should roll the dice on Athena popping up again. But I don't think I will. Anyway, we're back watching Epic the Musical. I'm not nervous. I guess nervous isn't even close to the right answer. I'm just excited to see if we can get better than Ruthlessness. Ruthlessness was just so good. It's just so good, and I'm so cynical and pessimistic that I'm afraid anytime I see something really good that the thing will never match up to the bar it set for itself ever again. That's where I'm at now. For whatever reason, the most cynical, toxic part of my brain is like, yeah, Ruthlessness was pretty great, but like, I hope you had fun watching the best Epic has to offer. Because it was so good. That's how much I suck. I can't even enjoy a thing without getting ready to hate the rest of it. But I'm excited to be pleasantly surprised. I've talked to a few people who have watched all of Epic the Musical, and they say that Ruthlessness is not the peak. And it seems to me that everyone has their own different, like, favorite arcs and sagas, which is great. That's definitely, like, the best case scenario, to go into something that doesn't have a definitive peak or best moment, because then the second I get to that peak, I'm gonna, I'll just feel all my excitement deflate. I like knowing that there's a possibility that I'll have a saga that's my favorite that other people don't have. It gives this musical the opportunity to impress me literally at any moment in time. So that's some high praise people have given this. Anyway, this intro has been rambly enough. Let's get into Epic the Musical. Real quick, before we start the reaction, this isn't an ad. Kind of. Yesterday I put out a reaction video for the show Link Click, and the episodes I reacted to deal with themes of domestic violence and abuse, and at the beginning of the reaction, I did like a whole long spiel discussing the topic and promoting a charity that helps victims of domestic violence. The charity is called Safe Horizon, and from what I've researched, it's very reputable. They have call centers, hotlines, they put on events, all with the goal of helping and supporting victims and survivors of domestic abuse situations. They also help victims of racial violence, child abuse, stalking, and a bunch of other situations as well. I'll put the number to their 24-hour hotline up here as well, just, you know, in case anyone needs it. This video doesn't cover topics like that, so don't worry, this isn't a trigger warning for the video. However, that link click video isn't even gonna come close to getting the views that this one is. That's just the fact of my channel. These videos do a lot better than the link click ones do, so if I'm gonna try and promote a charity, I don't want to do it on, like, my worst performing video of the week. So I want to take this moment real quick to just highlight Safe Horizon. It's a charity that I've donated to, and really encourage you guys to donate to as well if you have the time or money to do so. Now that my platform's gotten a lot bigger, I want to start using it for something a little more meaningful, and this is kind of like the first baby step towards that. So check it out. The link to it will be in the description below. And yeah, on with Epic the Musical.
Captain, I have something that I must confess.
Oh my god, buddy, I promise you, whatever it is, now is not the time. Oh, I want to hit him. Anytime I hear Captain, it's never anything good. It's never good news. God, I miss Puppeteer so much. I just get so stressed for Odysseus. There was this time, this is a weird tangent, when I shot my college thesis short film. It was a Western, I was shooting it in New Mexico, I had to drive 3 days across the country to do it. I was a one-man army. I was writer, director, and producer. I had to deal with all the casting, I had to send all the emails, I had to coordinate the farm in New Mexico, and all of the meals everyone would get. I had to respond to at least 30 emails every day regarding this short film, which in my head was like the make or break of my career. I was like, if this short film sucks, if this like $10,000 out of my own pocket short film sucks, my film career will never happen, and I will be destitute for the rest of my life. It was all the money I had in the world, and I was shooting a Western. The odds were not in my favor, and it got to the point where I would dread waking hours. Like, I was so excited for nighttime because I knew nobody would email me past like 6 o'clock p.m. And I remember one morning I woke up and I had no emails. I was like a week out from shooting, no one had bothered me, and it felt awesome. I was like, oh, thank God I get one day to just worry about my own, to not worry about anything, actually, to just exist. And I remember I got into the shower, and I'm like 10 minutes in, I'm just like leaning against the wall, just like, you know, trying to feel some form of relaxation or anything. And then I hear the fucking email chime from my phone, and without even looking at my phone, I just crumble to the ground of the bathroom tub and start bawling, just start crying my eyes out. It was just too much. It was too much stress. I couldn't handle another email. I thought, like, my whole future and present and past, for whatever reason, were coming to an end and collapsing on top of me. And that is what I'm projecting onto Odysseus. Odysseus is me just trying to pull all the ropes together and somehow make a finished product that doesn't suck. And this guy's his fucking email. I feel bad because I keep saying this guy and this dude. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's a really tough name, and a lot of people have already been on my case for pronunciations, and so I was like, all right, I'll look up his name and I'll get it right. This dude's got the final boss of names. His name, okay, this helps a lot. This makes it make a lot more sense. Eurylochus. I was gonna call him Eurylochus.
Captain,
Eurylochus, go make sure this island is secure.
but Captain,
There's only so much left we can endure.
First off, I love that Odysseus and I are on the exact same page when it comes to this guy. That was the most polite way he could have possibly told him to fuck off. Second, I love how I just got done doing a super long rant about how I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, and Odysseus immediately just gives it to me.
Eurylochus, back so soon.
Eurylochus, why are you already back? I could have sworn I told you to piss off. Cap! Don't you fucking say it. Don't you dare say what I think you're about to say. It's been 40 seconds, Eurylochus. I don't want to hear it. Don't! Commander! What?
sir. Since we left home, we faced a variety of foes from a wide range of places. Gods, monsters, you know the roster. Hostile creatures that we could resist.
God, this is the second time Eurylochus has absolutely popped off without formal authorization. 90% of his lines are Captain, but the second Odysseus lets him past that introductory phrase, he just lets loose. He just lets loose like a Beyblade waiting to rip.
Hostile creatures that we could resist. But this was a hell of a twist, cause we are weak to a power like this.
What was it?
A woman.
What?
Wow, and here's confirmation that Odysseus will never let him pop off again. By the way, this musical has the most confused cast in the history of musicals. There are so many instances where somebody says something and the other character just responds with, What? I bet I could find one what for every 2 songs in this entire thing, and I'd actually put money on that. Just off the top of my head, Poseidon says it when Odysseus opens the bag of wind. Odysseus says it when the little wind cherub guys are like, it's treasure. I don't know why, it's like not an actual critique, but for whatever reason, I thought about it in the last video, where there are just so many times where someone says something, and the response is just, what? It's honestly the most damning evidence I have to calling Epic the Musical an actual anime. The fact that there is so many reaction lines where someone does something and the other person's like, nah.
She had us in just 2 words.
Come inside.
Damn.
Say no more, I completely understand. Damn is right, Odysseus, I couldn't have said it better myself. Seriously, stop it, I'm trying to run a channel here. The second Odysseus starts reacting to his own fucking musical, I'm out of a job. That was so fun. This little interaction has been the funniest bit in the whole musical so far. I loved Odysseus's what, and then I also love him, like, immediately kind of coming to Eurylochus' side.
Go ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you. Don't worry, Circe's got you now.
The way that I would melt like a goddamn popsicle in the 4th of July. The way that my brain is just completely ill-equipped to handle any form of positive affirmation. I'm like a goddamn complimentaholic. I'm like SpongeBob watching Patrick get smooched by my grandmother over here. Just like, me next, please say I'm doing a good job at literally anything.
By the time they ate, it was far too late. Go inside the meal.
Think of your past.
She had cast a spell.
And your mistakes.
They began to squeal.
What a wildly unnecessary use of magic. The way she absolutely could have just asked these men to be her pigs. The way that I would have immediately walked right up to Odysseus's hubris-ridden face and been like, hey, I started this trip out as an atheist, and then you made me realize that gods are real by pissing all of them off. This lady just called me handsome, and that is already 1,000 times better than anything you have ever done for me. So I'm gonna hang back, and you're gonna be cool with that. This has been the single worst month of any of these people's lives. Like, honestly, lady, if you want me to be your wiggly little pig, all I have to say to that is oink.
This is the price.
And it wasn't quick.
We paid to live.
She turned our men
The world is not
from men to pigs.
and to forgive.
She changed them.
I can't wait for Eurylochus to finish the story, and Odysseus is just like, what do you mean our men are pigs now? Eurylochus, what the hell are you talking about? Can I go 40 minutes without the worst thing ever happening to me? To me, specifically! Either that or he's gonna be like, Captain, all of our men have turned into pigs! Well, that's nothing new. Find me a man who isn't a pig, and then I'll be surprised. No, I mean literally. I know they're literally pigs, Eurylochus. I'm coping!
No, I don't play on Puppeteer yet.
We have to go save them.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you really don't. This is such a better life for them. What an infinitely improved quality of life being a pig is. Maybe that's what he means by I have to go save them. He's like, Eurylochus, you don't understand. I can't have them going around and telling other animals that being a pig is better than working for me.
But I can hardly sleep now, knowing everything we've done. There's no length I wouldn't go.
Oh, is that Hermes? Is that wing-toed little dweeb, Hermetus Bermetus?
I can hear her still.
No one will find.
And her voice deceives.
Their way between.
What if she can't be killed?
My nymphs and I.
Buddy, let me give you some advice here. If you go into every situation in life worrying about whether or not somebody can or can't be killed, you'll never get around to killing anybody. Quit wasting your time worrying and start spending it killing.
She's a clever witch.
This is the price.
And she's hard to slay.
We paid it all.
It's a game of wits.
We draw the line.
But you don't have to play.
Eurylochus sure is gassing her up a lot for a man who thwarted her evil plan by simply not eating any of her food. He's over here acting like she's playing 5D mind chess and all she did was offer a bunch of hungry sailors some food. You know, like, I wouldn't call her L for that. I also like how Eurylochus is like, you don't understand. She's a master manipulator. I've never seen somebody so clever. She offered these men the one thing they knew you would never be able to offer them. My God. What sort of cunning trickery did she use? She was nice to them. Eurylochus, when will you stop hurting me? I also just wanted to mention the, like, cinematography here is so cool. They do a great job at showing motion despite this only being an animatic by having this kind of like swooping camera lens or the swooping camera angle that's cutting between Eurylochus and Circe. That's pretty cool. That's a clever way to like get you sucked in and trick your brain into thinking you're watching something that's moving with limited animation. Oh, and moving on. Next one. Oh, Beyblade ad! Holy shit! What are the odds? I made a Beyblade joke! This fucking video! I still got it. I just simply still have it. They thought they'd taken it from me, but here it is, in my clutches! Wow, very different art style. This is what I'm talking about. Compare this Odysseus to Ruthlessness Odysseus. They're just completely different men, of like a 20-year age gap. I like this Odysseus. I am more partial, I think, to an older Odysseus, just because, I don't know, he's the captain and king of Ithaca. He's the captain of this fleet and king of a country. I kind of like the idea of him being like a little bit older. Here, he really does, like, if you told me he was, like, 18, I'd buy it. But I like the eyes. I can't tell what it reminds me of, but his sharp, cat-like eyes. Maybe Link Click? It reminds me of some other art style I've seen, but I dig it. I dig the general art style, and it feels refreshing just for being dramatically different from the other ones I've seen.
Who could help you save your men? A foe like Circe is not to be messed with. You want to beat her, you'll need the blessing of a certain god.
No deal! Odysseus, you have a worse approval rating among the god community than fucking Kratos. If you were running for president of Olympus against Kratos, I think you would lose. Just take your chances. Dude, honestly, worst case scenario, you just turn into a pig. I'd fucking love to be a pig, dude. A witch's pig? Are you kidding me? Witches in fiction are notoriously either incredibly loving or incredibly mean. Which do you think she's going to be to her adorable little oinkster? Witches love animals. You'll literally be treated like royalty. And I say that knowing you are literal royalty. Like, what are you afraid of? You afraid of not having responsibilities anymore? Are you afraid of unconditional pig-themed love? I'd love to be a pig. I'd love to retire right now and just spend the rest of my life wiggling around in a little trough full of mud. If there are any witches out there watching this video in need of a new pig, here's my audition. Oink. Was that good? Was that sufficient? I can get better. It's not fair to expect job experience for an entry-level pig position. Please, I hate being a person.
Divine intervention, someone who's not afraid to send a message.
That was cold as hell, Hermes. I'm not gonna lie, you got my attention. I like the pacing of this song's weird as hell, isn't it? Or not weird, but it's like there are moments where you expect the song to break, but he'll like keep singing. This part specifically here.
You'll need the blessing of a certain god. Divine intervention, someone who's not afraid to.
I expect it to go, you wanna beat her, you'll need the blessing of a certain someone. And then like, you know, a little beat, and then to do the next part of the song. It's just got a flow that's kind of unpredictable. At least I find. But again, I'm no fucking Mr. Mosey. That's Mozart. But yeah, like, it's got this kind of sense of confident chaos, you know? Which I think is intentional, but I like it. It's kind of unpredictable to, like, keep up with.
Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words? Deep in the night, the fight lasts for hours.
Why is this kind of erotic? You're not gonna trick me into thinking that Hermes is a cool god, Epic the Musical, so you can cool it right now. No god wearing sandals with tiny little duck wings is ever gonna be cool in my book.
She can turn you to an animal that'll end up on a plate. She can all but make you fall in love like you're on your 100th date.
You're not gonna trick me into thinking that Hermes is a sexy god, Epic the Musical. There's nothing sexy about that stupid little hat he wears, okay? So stop trying.
Conjure up a monster that'll grind you to the bones. She has all the ways to haunt you when you take her on a love.
Poor Odysseus didn't even do anything to get himself in this situation. Dude just docked his ship, and then an hour later, most of his crew got themselves turned into animals. The next island he docks at, he's gonna be like, everybody hold hands. You're either by my side or on my ship. I'm sick of people wandering into magical shit. All right, sir, we'll stay on the ship and keep an eye out for Poseidon. Off the ship. Everybody off the ship. Nobody leaves my side.
Here in the roots of this flower, there lies such a power to take her on. You must consume and digest it, then you'll manifest the being of your creation.
Why is Hermes so goddamn touchy in this iteration? Stop it! I don't need to be seduced by an ethereal mailman. Just give me my fucking stamps already. Also, why is he even in Odysseus's business right now? Is he like Greece's version of Loki? Like, is he also part mischief god? He's so chaotic. He's like just popping in to stir up trouble here.
Beating your opponent.
And I call this route Holy Moly.
Wouldn't you like a taste of the power?
Oh, he drugged him! Odysseus! The gods hate you. Don't eat shit they feed you. You're also about to go up against a woman whose sole power is getting guys to eat shit she wants them to eat. So far, things are not looking good for you. I wish the second he ate that, Hermes was just like, oh my god, did you just eat that? Odysseus, no. What did I just tell you? What did we just spend this whole song going over? If somebody gives you glowing food, don't eat it. That was the tutorial test and you failed.
Thank you. Don't thank me, friend. You very well may die. Good luck.
What a weirdo. What a fucking weirdo. That was weirdly my favorite part. I loved his weird little giggle and then him kissing Odysseus on the cheek. This is a fun one. I like it. I really like... Here it is. Immediately I find it.
Wouldn't you like a taste of the power? Wouldn't you like to use more than words?
I just love Odysseus' face. It's really funny. How he's like... It's just like, okay, I guess we're doing this now. I like this design of Hermes. For some reason, I like that you can't see his eyes. I like his little gap tooth. And I like his like carrot top hair. This was really fun. Both of these songs are very catchy. Which one's my favorite of the two? Let me hear. I like Eurylochus' like little rap segments. Those are fun. I want to hear the chorus again.
Go ahead and rest wherever you like. I've got you, don't worry, Circe's got you.
I like that a lot. I like, I've got you, don't worry, Circe's got you. This one is catchy. I think I like Circe's parts more than Eurylochus's. And since this is all Hermes, it's like I think I like the Hermes song a little bit more just because it's more of what I like for longer. If this whole song, but I don't even know though, because I like the variety of it. I don't know why I'm like so heavy trying to justify it, but like, I guess I like the Hermes one a little bit more, but the animatic's more fun, so that's also part of it. I wonder if I just listened to the songs, if I'd like Puppeteer a little more than Wouldn't You Like. But I also like, you can be her, you can be her. That's really fun. Yeah. Anyway, Hermes just tricked Odysseus into taking drugs. Yeah, it is wild that that's not a test, that the whole bit is that she got his men to eat a bunch of poisoned food, and then Hermes is like, here, eat this shit you've never seen or heard of. And then he does it. What's the message here? Take food from strangers? Like, sometimes it's worth it. Anyway, I dug it. I like these pairing of songs. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video, of the songs, and I will see you guys next time.
Hold on to me, baby. Won't you come a little closer? Will I live for now?